up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Wine with V. This is a very special episode because it is Lauren, my roommate's birthday. Everybody wish her a happy 26th birthday. How do you feel?
4 more years till I'm 30.
Well, that's one way to feel. How do you feel about being on the show? Are you excited?
I was not planning on being on the show, but Bailey said, watch this show and then we'll review it. And I'm like, okay.
And then it's a perfect show to watch. I'm not gonna give a spoiler to what show it is because we gotta do wine first, but it's a show about friendship, and so that's why it was the perfect episode for your birthday episode.
Thank you.
So let's jump into the wine and then let's do the damn thing. Okay, so before we jump into the wine, I totally forgot to mention our amazing backdrop put there by yours truly for yours truly.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, so jumping into today's wine, this is a Rodney Strong vineyard. We bought this in the snowpocalypse that just happened in Texas, and I was at such a scramble at HEB that I accidentally made a mistake and got the Merlot and not the Cabernet. But we're still gonna pop her open and try it, and we'll see how it goes. I did plug this for you guys, so go find it there.
Just find it on your own.
So while we're popping this guy open, Lauren wanted to tell my subscriber something.
I have not watched any of her videos, but I have heard the whole thing, go through every take. So I know what these are about.
She's like, I can recite every single
Yes.
one. Pop. All right, now for the pouring section. All right, cheers.
I like it.
It's smooth. It's way smoother than I thought it was gonna be. I've had Rodney Strong Cabernet before. This is actually pretty good. It smells a little bit more fruity, but it doesn't taste it as much.
But would recommend.
Would recommend. All right, let's move on to the show. Okay, so jumping into today's review. Today we are reviewing Netflix original series, Firefly Lane. So let's just jump into the scoring and then we'll talk about the movie. Acting quality, 8.5 out of 10 for me. What do you got?
I give it a 10 out of 10.
What? Okay, that's high.
I mean, Katherine Heigl.
She's a noob on the show. Well, so okay, I'll tell you why I docked her points. It's because I didn't like young Tully.
What? I thought she looked just like.
Just a little bit of background. This is a show about friendship, and they have there's several different timelines. So they have Katherine Heigl playing Tully, but then they also have a young Tully from when they're kids. And so I just didn't like that casting for the young Tully, and I don't know.
So you like the young Kate then?
I liked young Kate.
I think you liked Kate more than Tully.
Don't.
But I won't give it a
Plot development. I gave this one a 9.5 out of 10. I thought that each episode was totally gripping and had you wanting to watch more. I'm pretty sure we tried to start it together and then I just burned through it and I was like, sorry man, you're gonna have to finish it on your own.
No, I don't burn through episodes very quickly. I like to understand what's going on. And I also have all my 50 other shows open, so if you do the same thing, like and subscribe. Most people run through stuff and they binge it, but I don't. But anyway, I just finished it today, so.
It's fresh off of her
yes, it's in
little
my brain.
noggin.
I gave it an 8.
All right.
Plot development.
8 out of 10.
I did like the little side stuff.
The flashbacks?
I can say that.
Yeah. So for originality, I gave this one a 7 out of 10, just because we've seen tons of shows and movies about friends, and especially one friend being more successful than the other one, and how they go through life together or whatever. But yeah, this one had a lot of twists and turns that some of which I did not see coming. But what did you give it?
I gave it a 9. I really enjoyed it.
Dang. All right, Lawrence.
I love movies and shows about friends. I mean, Friends, The Office.
That's fair. If you know this woman, those are her two favorite shows.
Yes.
So the genre for this is a drama. Nothing really else to say about that. Hit or miss, this was definitely a hit for me.
Okay, good.
I was gonna say, I mean, you're giving it 9s and 10s and
yeah, I thought it was a great show, especially for girls. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
You will have to watch this with your girlfriend, probably, but
yeah,
it's a good show. There's great, plot development, character development in the show, and you get to like those people, so.
Well said. Next we got Rotten Tomatoes, and this is gonna be shocking to Lauren, but they only gave it 48%. So
wow. I don't look at any of that stuff, so don't look at it.
I mean, sometimes I'm pretty close to what they say, but
we gave it a pretty high rating.
I predict I'm gonna be pretty far off from what they said. Next we got would recommend. I gave this one an 8.5 out of 10, especially if you're a girl. I can't see you disliking the show. I've talked to other people who've watched it. Some people watched the show and then went and bought the book because they literally probably needed more, so that's a
It
pretty
ends
good
with a
sign.
cliffhanger.
Spoiler alert!
Spoiler, all of it, but we're not gonna say what.
Okay, what's yours?
Oh, I'll give it a 10. For sure.
10. Okay, would recommend 10 out of 10.
Yes.
All right, you heard it here
Yes.
first from Lauren.
I need to have my own show, guys. I'll give everything 100.
That'll really help people weed
I
through
know.
what to and to not
I
watch.
know.
And then for overall score, my average was an 8.37, and Lauren messed up at some point, and we need to go back and figure out what her average is, but it will be in the credits, so stay tuned, but I'm sure it's like a 9, if I had to guess. Okay, so jumping into talking about the movie, like we said before, it stars Katherine Heigl. She plays Tully. We also know her. She did a stint on Grey's Anatomy. She was in a lot of rom-coms like 27 Dresses, The Ugly Truth, Knocked Up.
A lot of good movies.
A lot of good ones that Lauren loves.
Rom-com movies.
And then we have Sarah Chalke. I think that's how you say her last name. She plays Kate, so Kate and Tully are best friends. She was the second Becky on Roseanne, because you know the first Becky like had a drug problem or something, and so they had to replace her. So she plays Roseanne's oldest daughter, Becky, but the second one. She was also in Scrubs. This was based on the book by Kristen Hanna, which apparently is even better than the show. Maybe Lorena will read it because she's more of a reader.
Maybe I'll buy the book.
So this show is comparable to This Is Us. Have you seen that show?
No, but I've seen. Isn't that on ABC?
No, it's on NBC. But it's the reason.
comparable to ABC shows that are dramatic, though.
Yeah, fair enough. But the reason why I said it's comparable to This Is Us is because that show like does the flashbacks to their childhood as well. So basically there's 3 main timelines that they're going off of, and it's when Tully moves next door to Kate and then they end up becoming good friends, and then it jumps to them at like right after college, or some parts are in college and then right after college when Tully, so she's a journalist and Kate is a producer and / she writes all the stuff. So in that section of the show, they're like at their first gig at a news station, and then it flashes forward and now Tully's like a multi-millionaire, like penthouse in Seattle, a whole 9.
What I like about it is that they stayed in Seattle the whole time.
Yeah, they did. And then Kate ends up marrying the very first producer from Tully in their early days, and like he's like big shot too, and Tully has her own show. And so they're bouncing back between those 3 timelines, which does leave for some gaps in it, which I'm assuming that the book either fills in or that season 2 is gonna fill in.
But I feel like they did it on purpose, though.
Yeah, probably so.
Because, you know.
To keep your mind wandering.
Yeah. It was, they would show you something from the past that didn't go with what was, you know, in the future. So you had to, like, wait for it.
Yeah. Which is why I said each episode was gripping, and I kept on wanting to go and watch the next one.
I'm not saying it's not gripping. I'm not like the next person. I don't watch that much TV, so.
That is an absolute lie. But okay, moving on.
I watch less TV than you. If that's a comparison.
Okay, but no, because I watch more TV than everyone, so that's not saying that much.
Okay, so then I'm the average viewer.
Anyways, moving on. So like Lauren has previously said, there's an enormous cliffhanger at the end, which leads me to believe that there's probably going to be a season 2, and that everything that's in the book either wasn't covered, or if it was covered, then they're going to probably pull in a team of writers to write the rest of the show.
Well, why wouldn't they finish the entire book, though?
That's what I was thinking, but I haven't read the book, so I wouldn't know. But in my personal opinion, Lauren kind of mentioned this before, Kate is my favorite character in the show. I think that Kate's character has the most character development, whereas like Tully always has like, not in childhood, but like later on, like, there's something that happens to her, and then after that point, then she's like, it's the Tully show, and like Kate's just living in it.
It's the girl next door. Tully's the girl that's like on the news the whole time. She knows what she wants to do from the beginning.
Yeah, and
Kate doesn't know. She doesn't even know who she likes.
And she'll let Tully be like, oh, we should do this, and then she's like, oh, that's a great idea.
But they're the best of friends.
And I loved their story of friendship, especially in the early days, because Kate was a little bit dorky, and she had like the dorky glasses and like that they used to wear in like the 60s, I think is when
they grew up in the 70s.
Okay, in the 70s, so she has the dorky glasses. But the show actually, when I get to the older part, I forgot to mention this, the year is 2003, I believe.
Yes.
So it's not even like to how it is right now. Like they have flip phones and stuff in the show. So
old TVs.
That's why I think that there's gonna be more, because they're so far behind. But I don't know when this book was written either. I should probably flip that up. Shame on me. Bad YouTuber. So that is all I have for you guys this week. I hope that all of you guys go and wish Lorena a happy birthday. I call her Lorena as a nickname, but her name is Lauren, just in case anybody was confused by that statement. But anyways, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your week. I hope, Lauren, you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
And we are celebrating, so send birthday wishes. And until next time, well, we already cheers, but cheers again.
Signing off.